What up, Pokenet? Thanks for coming and checking out this video where we're going to be doing a more in-depth look at Mega Manectric EX and how we can play this deck and get some more wins with it. So today we're going to jump in on the Masters League and see if we can get some W's and show off what we can do with this deck. So let's go take a look at the deck here to get started with, and we'll see kind of what we think and what we like and maybe some dislikes with this deck too. So this is the 60 we're running right now. A couple of things I'm still a little iffy on is if I need more ways out of the active, so some air balloons or a switch or two. And the reason I bring that up is if we go second, if we're able to get into Stunfisk here and use Pouncing Trap on our first turn going second, we just get set up so good for the next turn, right? We're doing more damage, we can KO Badoos, we're sticking things in the active sometimes that they don't want there. But because it takes an energy, and a lot of times we have to energy attach to get out of the active, it just seems to kind of stumble at times. So I've debated going to maybe 3 air balloons or putting a switch or something like that in here too, because I also hate using the Prime Catcher just to get out of the active. But a few things that make this deck work and give us some wins is the new Baby Manectric from Pitch Black with Flashing Barrier, where this Pokemon can't take damage from evolution Pokemon, which is just huge, right? That's won me multiple matchups where they just can't get around it. They can't get to a boss. Every attacker they have is an evolution Pokemon. So that the Flashing Barrier within itself has been pretty dang big within some of these matchups. And then with Mega Manectric, its first attack, Flash Ray, says for the next turn it can't be hit by basic Pokemon. So again, Raging Bolts really struggle with this matchup because they have no evolution Pokemon at all in those deck lists. You know, if you're up against like some Ogerpon decks, again, they're trying to hit with Ogerpon. You know, Hydrapple makes this a little bit more difficult. But again, I think this Flash Ray attack can again help us get set up and ready for our next turn. And then Righteous Blast, where we do 200 plus 130, puts us in a sweet spot at 330 damage. You have to discard all energy, but that's going to be okay because we're going to be accelerating energy with Electric. And if we pair that with the Voltaic energy, we're now doing 20 more for each Voltaic. So now we're doing 350, 370, which is absolutely crazy. I've never had to do 390, but I guess you can get there, right? Which is absolutely crazy. That's a monster hit, and part of why I love this deck, because I like taking hard hits. So then we could talk about Electric. It gives us the energy acceleration that we need, which is once during your turn, attach a basic lightning energy from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. So again, that's part of why I like having a switch or something in there with something we're kind of debating. And then the other thing that's in here that I've debated going to maybe a higher line is Iono's Wattrel Kilowattrel. Because a Flashing Draw is our draw support. It comes in big. Again, drawing up to 6 cards at times is massive. But if we prize either of these, then we're out of luck. So that's another thing I've debated. Do we need to up that line? But 2/2 just seems hard to fit currently. And then one last Pokemon I want to talk about that just can be massive is this Mega Electros EX. And although we don't use it often for attacks, its first attack, Split Bomb, has won me several matchups, and I've been able to I literally took 5 prizes in one turn with this because they had an EX Pokemon and a Mega EX Pokemon that were both damaged really heavily. And we use Split Bomb to put 60 damage on two of your opponent's Pokemon. And so that is just crazy, especially when they're not expecting it. A lot of times they think they're safe on the bench, and we come in with this Mega Electros and just go to work. So again, that's kind of the Pokemon and how we make them work. We want to run 3, maybe thinking of 4 Voltaic Energy. But again, because we need it to be basic to accelerate with Electrik, we only run 3, which has been a good number so far. And I guess the other thing we're missing in here was special red card. So I know I put special red card in here. So let's make that edit. Let's edit that out real quick, because I know we put in it in the deck. Trying to figure out what the discussion was, like what I decided to go with. Yeah, I'm unsure. We'll have to take a look here what we put the red card in for, because I feel like we need a little bit hand disruption. The fact that we only have 1 judge in here, it's been hard to find the hand disruption that we need. So I think if we go with the special red card, it's hard to know where we go from here, though. All of our Pokemon, I think, have been pretty vital in wins, and I feel like when I took something out, it ended up being a Hilda, but again, I don't love the looks of that either. We're going to take 1 Electric Energy out of here currently. Again, we'll fix this. We'll work on it a little bit as we go tonight. But I do want to see, can we get some wins at the Master League level against some meta decks? That's the whole test tonight. So we've talked about some of what we're looking for. We want to go first in general because we want to evolve. But if we go second, we want to get into Stunfisk, and we want to use Pouncing Trap. What a sweet name for an attack. And hopefully stick them in the active and do more damage on our next turn. So Tails never fails. Let's see if we can get going where we need to here. Oh, bro, Tails failed. Yeah, but I do love this deck. We have several different ways into wins. I also love that it hits hard. Again, I talked about that. That's one of my favorite ways to play Pokemon, is being aggressive, but also just hitting for massive numbers. I mean, having Tynamo in the active is not terrible because of our free retreat. And I do wish we had some energy, though. That would make this a lot easier. All right, I'm not sure. Hey, Cat. I'm not sure this is the best matchup. I did see the same matchup a couple days ago, and I did take a win against this. I mean, if we can get into Pouncing Trap, we're just taking a KO to start with, right? So, and the energy. So I think we're in a decent place here. I don't know if it's better. I don't think we take a KO. We don't KO if we hit into the Applin anyways. So I think we're going to go here. I'm going to save the stadium because we only have 2 stadium bumps in here. And so I think we need to save the stadium. And let's get a Meowth, and let's see if we can find a way into a better hand. We got to find a way to get into some get into an Electrike, right? Yes, we want to use its. Why wouldn't we want to use its ability, right? That's interesting, right? I guess you could bench it to increase bench space or something crazy. All right, let's see what we got. Both of our stadiums. All right, so we talked about this. We need and want to get Electric Energy in the discard pile. I think we're going to get rid of the other Ultra Ball because we have Canary for our next turn anyways. I think this is kind of where we want to be at. And then we're going to take a KO with Stunfisk anyways, right? Because they're weak. I don't know if we can attack. It might say don't apply weakness to this attack. Is that what it says? A burp. Doesn't say that. All right, well, that's what we needed to happen in this matchup, right? We need to start taking KOs early. I certainly do not hate seeing the electric. We may still lilies here. Okay. All right, well, we're going to be taking a KO probably with Mega Electros. All right, do we Stadium Bump at this point? Because they just don't have very many cards in hand. I think we got a Stadium Bump. I mean, I guess we can just Hilda, right? Because then we're able to get into the Mega. We're able to hit with the first attack, and I think we're in a really good spot at that point. They may just concede if we take if we get the knockout here, I guess, right? I mean, I feel like we're kicking butt currently. Right, and this is going to force him with Grookey into the active. Oh, dude, I forgot we got no... Oh, Christ, we got no way out of the active. One thing that always... Again, we talked about this. This drives me crazy. This 2 retreat with Stunfisk is not ideal. And is it worth using Prism Tower just to hope we get one of our 2 air balloons? I don't think so, so that's okay. We'll go this way. I think we're still in a better spot unless they got oh my god. I was about to say unless they top deck lilies, right? So again, something I'm still really close to deciding on is we need more retreat. 1 prime catcher, 2 air balloons just doesn't seem like enough for me at times. All right, so Grookey into a Thwacky. You know, they'd probably go grab the Stadium, I'm assuming, but they're still not taking a KO, right? Oh, no, they got more bench Pokemon this time, so they're doing more damage. Yeah, and so then my next question is do they have an answer if we get into the baby Manectric? Most all their attackers are going to be evolution Pokemon. They have the option of getting into, we already KO'd it, right, into Goldeen, but they're doing like almost no damage, right? Like that's hard to believe that that's the right call. Again, we have free retreat with Mega Manectric or Tynamo, so it doesn't matter which one we go into. Let's keep getting rid of all their stadiums at this point. And then let's see if we can lilies here. Really close to using Canary, my bad. But the buddy comes in handy here. Man, we prized the... Oh, it's in our hand. My bad. I was like, we prized Watch Roll, but we got it. Do we Prime Catcher KO Thwacky? I mean, I feel like the answer is probably yes. Except we got to do that. Okay, so let's go. We got both of them left, or we got one? Yeah, I misplayed that because we should have been. Well, no. We can still retreat. My bad. We can just retreat for free and then Prime Catcher, right? So let's retreat here. Then let's Prime Catcher up Thwacky. I feel like this is by far the best way to do this. And then, I mean, I guess realistically we can go here. Yeah, I think this is the right attack. Hopefully we run into a way to get into the other Manectric, right? So if we get baby Manectric, I think we're kind of set at that point. Hard for them. I mean, realistically, they're going to have to get a couple of different cards, right? They need to get the stadium. They need to have the belt. And they're going to have to fill up this bench a little bit more, so... And they only have one Thwacky to do it. Are they going to have to go get a Lilies or something? They might already have Lilies, so who knows? And if we keep taking out Thwackies, we'll be in a decent spot. Mm-hmm. What do we think? They grabbing Stadium at this point? I mean, unfortunately, we don't have another Stadium bump, so if he gets the Stadium out, it's going to be in play the rest of the game. All right, so again, we got to hope we can top deck a way into the baby Manectric, right? Like a Hilda. Crazy. All right, and I think, so we're going to be doing 50, so we're doing 70 currently, so that's enough for the KO. But do we want to get that higher? And we're still only doing 90, which can't KO the next one. I think we still go with the Voltaic anyways. And they're going to have to boss around. If we can get into Wallies, we're going to be able to... we'll be able to clear this off anyways. Let's see what we got. Anything we need out of the discard? I don't think any of that. Yeah, the Stunfisk ain't going to help us at this point, right? So, Burp. Yeah, it's too bad we can't take out the other Diplin right away. I mean, we're out of Voltaic, right? We talked about we only have 3 instead of 4 in here. That's something I've kind of felt all along, that we need to stick with the 3. I mean, I guess they're going to probably find Boss, right? I don't know why they wouldn't. So they're going to have to find, but they'd have to find multiple more bosses to make this work. Yeah, it's assuming what's going to happen, right, is they go boss on the find here. I don't know, they got to get another Applin set up, I would assume, right? Even though, like we said, we're not KOing here. We could KO with his second attack if they're not set up for the next turn, but that's what they're doing anyways. Again, luckily we're going to be able to... we got to find a way into Kilowattrel, and then our draw support's set up. So we'll see. I'm not loving where we're at, but I don't know. We're playing one of the decks I dislike the most, bros. Dude, we still don't die. This whole time I'm talking like we're getting killed. We're still going to make it. That is absolutely crazy. What if we get Wallies right here and we just take all that away? All right, so what's the play? Do we take the KO here? I mean, I don't know if we want that KO. Well, all right. So what do we got going here? So I feel like I feel like we still need the KO, right? I think we take the KO. Because realistically, even though they can find a way into the boss, which they're not even going to need, right? They're just going to need an energy or the Goldeen. Now, I don't know. You gotta let me know in the chat. Is that the right move, or do we retreat, make them go find boss? I got no idea. I can't tell you the right play. I'm kind of surprised they didn't put an Applin down last time. Did they not have any? I mean, they had some, right? Yeah, and so if you like the video, please go smash the like button. If we get to 20 likes, we're going to do a video on what whoever you put in the comments. So put in the comments what deck you want to see next. If we get to 20 likes, thumbs ups, we will do a deck preview on the deck that's commented on the most. So put in the comments what deck do you want to see us do a more in-depth look on in the chat. Then if we get to 20 thumbs up, we will do the same video with the other deck. So what's going on here? Why are they using the... Now I'm confused. I'm really confused actually, because we're going to be KOing this pretty damn easy with our Manectric, where we're not doing that with Applins. So I think we're set up fine. They're going to take another... Oh, because they wanted us to put up the Meowth, so they take up another KO. So what is he doing? 270. He was doing 270 on that. I should have been doing the math. So where are we at here? We're at 60. Okay, I don't think he's not taking a KO, right? 60 plus 20 and 20. 50. He might be taking the KO. We might have just lost the game. No, okay. I was like, I thought this was only for grass fire, right? And I was like, wait, is it water? Am I missing something? Okay, so then let's retreat here. I mean, I think they got the win either way, right? Because they can just take out Meowth on the next turn. Let's see if we can run into something here that we need. We're really struggling here now that they're down to the 2 prizes. I feel like we don't have a great way. They got a great way, right? They just have to have a boss, and they're going to win. I mean, can we Cruel Arrow onto the bench somewhere? No. You know, this is what's been tough is that we haven't seen Judge or special red cards, so we have no way to get rid of this. I mean, they have 2 Thwackies, so they're just going to be able to go get the Judge anyways. So I think we're going to take an L here. Not the deck in particular I wanted to be seeing anyways with this, right? I mean, these single prizers are still really tough. That we don't have the great matches we want to see. I mean, I think they'd be doing, so do the wave with the thing, 20, 40, 60, 81, 120 plus 30. So if we didn't put up Meowth, they I don't know, it doesn't matter, right? Because they would have taken a KO anywhere else. I guess Manectric would have survived, right? If we would have put up the Manectric, they would have put 110 on him and we still would have survived. Okay. I mean, but this doesn't work, right? I mean, I guess his Applin's going to be hitting for... So 10 plus... another 40, so he's still only doing 50 with Applin, right? Because he's not... Brave Bangle's not working. I don't think Black Belt Trainer works, right? Because Black Belt Trainer's just to EX Pokemon. All right, let's see here. We get the W. Not what I was anticipating with that, right? That was not where I thought we were going with that win. But we can see why that Mega Manectric made a difference, right? The Manectric itself. I don't know how many times I've found ways to win with it, even though that's not necessarily how I like playing Pokemon. I want to hit big. I love the Mega Manectric. I love hitting for 350, 370. That sounds so much fun. Hitting for 50 and just stalling them out doesn't sound as much fun. Tails never fails, right? Let's see if we can be right. Yeah, so again, I think this deck can be successful. I've already wrote this in some of the comments before. I think this deck can have a top 32 at Worlds, right? I think that's kind of where it can run, somewhere in that range. I don't know if it's going to finish much above that. Kind of depends on who's running it and what we can get a look at with it. But again, I think the fact that we have energy acceleration, draw support, and ways to affect their their attacks, we have multiple ways into what we want to have. So yeah, some interesting ways to make this work. Man, I wish we had, I wish we had an energy in hand, right? I mean, I think that's going to be our play here is hope we run into an energy on this top deck. Otherwise, we're in an okay spot, especially if we can use Canary. This is where we need to be able to get into, gosh dang it. We need to be able to get into the Stunfisk, right? Because then we're trapping the Shaman in the active. I think we got to go Canary here and get a better setup. Let's get rid of the Electrike. I mean, we don't need all three of them. Let's go. I'm just going to pass on the Stunfisk at this point. And let's go, well, and go with the Mega so we can get out of the active. I mean, are we better off going with Stunfisk? We'll go here for now, and then we're not going to put Stunfisk down yet. I think we'll go this way, and then it's Pokepad, because if we get Badoo, that's not going to be great, right? So it's Pokepad into Kilowattrel. I think so. Now we got the gang, bro. We got the gang. We're gonna be set up just fine, I think, for this next turn. I would be way happier if we had an energy, though, right? Again, with Mega Manectric, we'll have free retreat, so we don't have to attach to him on this next turn. All right, so this is another matchup I've seen a couple of times. We do have Shaman, so we don't have a great way to get into it, but we'll have to see, right, if we can find a way into the Shaman. Usually these Marnie's decks don't have great ways out of the active, right? Most of them aren't running Pecharunt. They could be, but I don't think that's the norm. All right, not surprising we won't get Badooed, but we at least take a KO. We get a KO out of Stunfisk with that. Okay, so we got decent run here. We'll go grab a basic with Hilda unless we top deck a basic. All right. Or we'll just top deck a basic. And again, we want it to be the basic because when he gets KO'd, we want to be able to use that basic with one of our electric. So it's kind of where we're looking at with that. I mean, heck, we're not going to have a single. We're going to be down to almost no cards in hand, right? It's crazy. I guess. We'll go here. I don't want to. I don't want him to have a great way to take an easy KO here. And let's pounce and trap. Pounce and trap. Okay. It'd be a lot better if we had another. If we had 2 energy in the discard pile, right? That would make me feel a lot more comfortable here coming up on our next attack. And they pulled up Morgrim, right? But they can easily get, yeah, they can easily go get the, if they hit a rare candy, then they'll Spikemuth for Grimmsnarl. So we're going to know if it's Grimmsnarl that they got it right. Boo. You know, another thing that'll be interesting as we see how this goes is we may have to trap the Shaman in the active. They don't have, a lot of times they don't have a huge energy number in this deck, right? And they already got 3, 4, 5, they already have 6 in play. So, and one of the air balloons. So we may have to trap this Shaman in the active for a minute. If we can't get a great way through this on this next turn. I am going to put up this Mega Manectric just because we'll be attaching and retreating anyways to the other one. And that card doesn't help us one bit, right? So what would we be doing here? Flash Ray, we're doing 220. Do we want to take out the other Morgrim? Do we... Man, this doesn't seem like a great play. I mean, our hand is not great. This is where getting the Kilowattrel early makes such a big difference. I mean, they're not going to be able to KO us, and then we just got to get into an energy on our next turn to take a big hit, right? And we're KOing the Grimmsnarl pretty easy. So I think we just take the KO here, realizing they're going to hit into us, but we're going to survive. And then if we hopefully hit an energy on this or our top deck, or a way to get one. That's neither of those. Then we're taking the KO here, and then we're up. You know, we're going to be up 4-0 on the prizes. So see where we can get. I mean, that doesn't really worry me yet because they have no Frostlass in play. That would be a lot more worrisome. Seems like a weird play. Okay. You know, that's something I actually thought about in the same deck, right? Is clutch is really tough for us. We just use our only way out of the active. I've really debated if we need a switch or two, right? It's just where do we put it? I don't know right now. I'm not sure the right spot to put it. It's something I'm still trying to figure out. Let's top deck something good here. Okay. I mean, at least it wasn't the worst thing ever to top deck. Yes. Yes, again. 350. Take an easy 2-prize KO there. I wish we were set up better for the future, though, right? We're not in the best spot. That Lilies could come in huge. Unfortunately, we're going to probably be stuck in the active. Okay. No, I mean, I figured because they didn't get the Impidimp to start with, they had none left. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th energy here. I mean, they may not even have the energy to get onto Yveltal, right? I mean, and we're going to be able to get this guy set up if we can get out of the active. And these weak to lightning, yeah. Gosh dang it! I'm really surprised they had the energy. Okay. I mean, again, that doesn't really matter to me. That doesn't have a big impact on what's going on here. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how these next 2 turns kind of play out, right? Can they find a way into what they need to and keep clutching us in the active? I wish Air Balloon mattered. All right, let's go. I guess, do we Lilies first? Man, this is a bummer because I want the Air Balloon. I think we're going to Air Balloon here and Lilies. But I do want to be able to get... We need the Kilowattrel, right? I mean, that's going to make such a big difference. $60 to 2 of their benched Pokemon. Or 2 of any of their Pokemon, right? So we can take a KO on Shaman in a turn or so. I don't know. We're gonna just start attaching some of these here. I think we need to go here. Let's use his and then also attach onto the same one. And then, I mean, this is pretty dang scary, but I think we're going to go here. And we're going to evolve. This is freaking wild. Okay, and then let's get rid of Ultra Ball. Special red card, because I hope they don't even get to 3 prizes. And then do we go with Kilowattrel? I think the answer is no. I'm going to go with Meowth because we need some dang energies. So if we have to use Meowth, we can on the next turn. I guess if we would have evolved. We could have put the Air Balloon on Mega Electros, right? Totally messed that up. My bad, chat. That's totally on me, right? Is if we would have put the Air Balloon here, we could have just we could have actually retreated Electros into Mega Manectric and taken the KO here. And then I feel like we're just like have the win, right? I mean, I think at that point we're up 5-1. And one thing that's interesting is we are going to be able to do double to the active, so we just need an energy, right? So if they take off, they'll probably take off 20, I guess. They'll take off the 20 from Shaman, but we're going to be doing double to the Yveltal, so we'll be able to put 120 there, and then we can put 60 anywhere else if we feel like that's what we want to do. If they don't take this, they got to be taking they got to Adrenaline Brain Shaman for sure, because if they don't, then we get the win. Oh. Okay. But then we got the win, right? Right, we should got some energy left. All right, bros. Well, about to take the win with Mega Electros, which is crazy. Absolutely wild. Not where I thought we were going to go with this. I mean, we could Wallies and heal, even though we got to go get a Hilda and grab our energy and just make it happen. And the fact that he's weak to lightning is what's going to make this work. there's no way we don't have energy, but let's just make sure we got the energy. Yeah. Oh, but we can't do damage to the bench, right? My bad. So we gotta. Where do we want to? Where should we put that 60? You know, does it matter where that 60 goes? I don't know if it matters. Because they're going to throw it back at us anyways, right? So, well, I guess if we put it over here, it doesn't stick, right? So if we put it on the Shaman, it just doesn't work, right? So I still think this 60 is should get doubled, right? Yeah. All right. I think that worked the way we wanted it. I mean, realistically, we have they got. I don't think they have any way to take 5 prizes here. I'm trying to do some math. We got to find some math out. I mean, if they put 180 there. I mean, they don't have boss. They don't have. Yeah, we should be okay. And while they can get enough damage on the kilowatt roll and stuff, they couldn't have got there, I don't think. All right, GG's. Another W. Not the way we thought we were going to win it, right? I mean, again, we haven't won a single matchup with Mega Manectric itself, right? Again, we still got to figure out getting out of the active at time. I do think some switches are going to be needed, and some things that we'll be looking at. So, anyways, my bad. I couldn't wait. I got to open all my goodies up. All right, let's get one more game in. Hopefully, we see some Dragapult, right? I'd love to see how we can get this working against Dragapult. We do need a pretty good matchup. And something different, right? I want to see something different. Both these last matchups were something I wasn't expecting to see. But I would like to see some meta. So let's see something more meta-based in this matchup. Again, let me know, what do you want to see the next in-depth video on? So put that in the chat, and then smash the like button. We get to 20 likes. We're gonna do whichever one gets the most comments in the comments. So put in the comments, what deck do we want to see next? Do we want to see what we're seeing right now? We want to see this electric or the my gosh, Mega Excadrill? Do we want to see Mega Excadrill in the next video? Again, you just gotta let me know in the comments. Tell me what deck we want to do next. Hit the smash button, smash the like button, and that way we can get to 20 and we can just get going from here, right? All right, I think we go Prism Tower. Usually I want to get rid of energy, but I feel like we need the energy attachment onto the Shaman, right? I think we get rid of the energy actually. So let's just go energy. We need the pad. I feel like ball we can't use right now, so let's go here. Okay. Dynamo, and then I guess we Night Stretcher for the energy. Oh, bros. That was definitely not ideal, but that's all right. We'll see what we got on the next turn. I mean, this deck is one I really like. I love this. I'm assuming it's going to be Mega Excadrill. It's a fun deck. Gosh, it hits hard, which again is something I really like. I have stumbled with it at times. I feel like we're occasionally a card or two away from wins, and so we just got to see how this plays out. This is a deck that I feel is going to be successful at Worlds. I do think we're going to see somebody running this, and somebody who's going to be really good with it too. Not 100% sure why they put in 2 Genesects, right? I mean, do they need they need 4 evolution Pokemon every turn? I don't think so. And currently they only got one. They only got one Beldum anyways. So I think the plan would be, especially with only one Beldum. Now, bros. I think the plan right now, it would be to get to Stunfisk and keep him in the active, right? So, all right, luckily we got all the pieces to make that happen. Let's go here, here. Let's go with another one. And then we're going to put down another Electrike. I mean, we're not in a terrible place at this point, right? I mean, this looks pretty decent for our setup. Only thing I think we're missing, obviously, is having the Iono's Watch Roll, because that could have made things just flow a lot better on this next turn. Shaman doesn't really do anything for us, but that was what we were stuck with. Right? That would be ideal, right? If we take out Shaman, put in Iono's Watch Roll, then we like nah. All right, we're in a good spot. Okay, who's got hit 2, but he's still going to be taking 100 more damage on his next turn, right? So this Genesect took 30. He's going to take 100 more damage because of our ability, but then he's going to take 30 less because of his attack. And the fact that he got 2 off of that just drives me crazy. Drives me crazy. I'll go 7 Metal Makers in a row and not hit a dang metal. And I'm being truthful. I did that on stream. I hit 7 Metal Makers in one match and didn't hit a single energy, which is just crazy. Just crazy. All right, so we're going to have 2 energies over here. I mean, we Canary would be the way to go, right? We'd feel way better if we had Canary. And do we? Let's see. Let's go here. I think we're going Fez to see if we hit Canary, because if we can get Canary, we've got all the pieces we kind of need, right? So, not Canary, bro. Okay, so then let's Ultra Ball. Again, we don't need Electrike. We want the energy in the discard. Let's go get our first Electric. And then, oh my, do we only have 1 Electric? Oh, bro. Did I already put one over here? Did we prize 2 Electrics? That is bad. That's not good. So what's the right play? Oh, that's pretty frustrating, because we were so close to having all the pieces we needed and wanted right there. We'll have to look at the math. All right, we're going to be hitting 120, 140. We're not even close, right? We needed the All right, well, I guess this is still our best play. We can't get hit with a basic, so he's going to have to retreat. And I guess we hope that we survive through this next turn. Wow, bro. We did it. What? Oh, the extra 100, right? Oh, bro. So we did an extra 100 because of the attack of Stunfisk, right? So the fact that we got that is what gave us that KO. Do they have a chance at hitting it here? I mean, they still got to get a ton of energy on this Excadrill. And if we can get one more, I mean, we're already hitting for 350, right? So we just need to get an energy on him, and we're taking the KO. I don't know if he can hit enough. He's got to get to 5, and he has 1. So we're about to find out, right? We're going to see if he can hit enough with a single Metal Maker. I know when I Metal Maker, it's never great. They got at least 1 though. 2. Oh Christ! I'm telling you, I never hit like this. Where all their Beldums at, bro? Where are all the Beldums? Okay. So, I mean, we're still taking the KO on our next turn, right? Do we have the energy? And we don't have the energy. We have a Night Stretcher, so I guess we can get the energy, take the KO here, and we only need to take 1 more prize. I mean, I guess he's going to KO Fez, I guess. I don't know if it matters. Right? I mean, that doesn't really affect us much. I mean, he'd have to get to 330 on his next one. And I still think the highest he hits with Metagross is 300. I mean, he could be running Black Belt, so he'd have to hit Black Belt's training with all the with 4 energies on a Metagross, and that would be his win. That would be the win against Mega Electric, right? That would be how he would take the KO. I mean, he didn't even get the KO, right? Dang, bro. I mean, I guess we just attach retreat. All right, we just go here. At least we got the other electric off the prizes too, because that's going to make things a lot easier for us. Is Judge the right play? I have no idea. That's hard to know. If they have a lot of energy in hand, we definitely don't want that, but we also don't want them to have the energy recycler just sitting there. I think we're going to Ultra Ball the Ultra Ball and a Canary at this point, because we just don't need it. We'll go into the other Mega Manectric, and then we're going to be set up with after this Judge. Even if we get a bad hand, we're in a good spot. Burp. All right, we don't need none of them. We'll accelerate to our benched, and then at least we have Meowth if we have to get into like Hilda or something on the next turn. I am going to use Prism Tower to get rid of the Buddy and the electric energy, because we have Night Stretcher no matter what for the next turn. Okay. All right, don't hate that. Ah, into the KO, taking a pretty dang big lead, and I'm not sure they have any way back into this, right? I mean, they're a ways away from hitting everything they're going to need. Bop, bop, bop. Hey, we're finally at least taking KOs with Mega Manectric, right? It's taken us what, an hour to finally be hitting with our big boy. But that's how I like playing Pokemon. I like taking big hits, big swings, taking big wins. I mean, again, this is a deck I think can be very successful within the meta, with slight tweaking. There's a few things I think we need to change, but I do like this 60. It has been pretty dang successful. Again, at 3-0 here tonight, and I'm hopeful we'll get a chance to keep playing and working on this deck and making it better. So I guess I shouldn't talk too early, right? They got some chances into this. They got a way back into this. I don't think they got a single way back into this, right? I mean, they can get us stuck in the active because we don't have a way out of the active. I feel like we should be able to Lilies maybe into an air balloon. We haven't prime captured or used either air balloon, so we have both those options. So I guess if we get stuck in the active, I think that's probably the hardest way around this. Okay. Or is this just where we're at? Is that what we're playing? Okay. Well, I mean, taking some prize is not the worst thing of all time. Again, having the free retreat with Mega Manectric is pretty huge in this instance in particular. That way we can get one in the active, fire up the other one, and then retreat, right? So, I mean, we're in a good place for that, but again, we don't have great ways out of the active besides some of our retreat costs. 2 air balloons, 1 prime catcher. I don't know if that's enough. I feel like we might need some more, but it's whatever. All right, well, pretty easy there with the KO. I mean, I think realistically in this matchup, whoever can get the first 3 prize KO wins. So I played this exact matchup a couple of different times. Whoever's able to knock out the first Mega takes the W. I feel like that happens most all the time. So anyways, thank you guys for tuning in for that video. Again, if you liked it, you got to smash the like button. Let us know what deck you want to see next. Put that in the description. If we get to 20 likes, I will do whatever one gets the most comments. So you got to let me know which one you want to see. You got to smash the like button, and then you got to come tune back in when we do the next video on the deck lists. This one's been super fun, but that's probably because this is one of my favorite decks to play right now. I really like it. I've been having a lot of fun with it, and I think we can be successful too. So again, thank you guys for tuning in, and as always, have a Poketastic day.